one is I didn't write the script. It came to me from through a script lab. It's written by
To
Abhishek
make a film.
Chatterjee. Yeah. So while reading the script, I immediately fell in love with this love story because I could go back to my college days, younger days, thinking of first love and re-experiencing it, reliving things that you've forgotten, kind of, you know. And also, what was beautiful about the script was that it talks about finding the inner beauty within and celebrating that. And you know, you see how this film is like a WhatsApp kind of a love story. So you have a new medium of Tinder, Facebook, WhatsApp being used as the tool, but the essence of love, I think, was timeless. So this film does that, and I think today is the most apt time for a love story because there's so much of hate all around us. I think it's time to share some love. I had seen Geetanjali's Last Dies, and you know, it was blown by a performance. And when I was reading the script, she was one of the actors I wanted to work with. And when I met her for the first time, she walked into the coffee shop, and I was like, "This has to be Archie," you know. And I was really like, from that moment on, the only person I wanted to be Archie was Geetanjali, and thankfully she said yes to the script. I was fortunate, and I think the film is fortunate to have such a beautiful actor person who brings in energy, positivity, spark to the character, and taken it much beyond what the script was. Zain had come to me for an audition for Shab actually, and immediately he had that, he has a presence, a personality, a voice, eyes, with certain depth. And I remember telling him that, I feel that, if you're serious about cinema, why don't you come to Bombay, start training, and I don't know what, but I would like to be able to, work with you as an actor. And he started assisting during Shab, and then when the script came to me, and I could imagine him as Alfaaz, but it's the first film that I didn't produce myself, so there were producers, and I wanted him to go through the process, so went through 5 months of auditions, and then there were so many people. It was all over India. The auditions happened through FT Couch, and Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Karachi. So we were trying people everywhere, and I'm so happy that ultimately, the producers were the one who said that, listen, let's go ahead with it. So I had my first wish for the film in this film.
I read the script, and it's a great character to play for an actor. But more than reading the script, it's when I met Onir and how he narrated the script to me. It was his idea of Archie, of Alfaaz, and how he saw the film as a whole. And it was, in fact, it was different from how I saw the film. He gave me a different perspective to it, and just how excited he was and how much he believed in the script made me want to say, like, yes, please take me, I'll do this film.
As a newcomer, it very seldom happens that the first movie sort of chooses you, right? But you seldom get a script where you say that I would choose this movie 1,000 times over, even if I were 10 years into my career. And that was one of those feelings. Also because of the fact that it's romance, and I'm most comfortable in that space. Also, then the fact that Onir was directing it. He is a person I've known him for the last 3 years. He's emotionally very intelligent, and the way he depicts emotions and relationships in his movies, it is endearing, and at the same time there's a lot of sensitivity to it. The sensibility is very progressive, and which is something that I've always enjoyed. And then to realize that he was doing a love story, a romantic love story, was all the more exciting, all the more I think my faith grew manifold when I realized that he's going to be doing this, directing me, and his faith was always paramount importance for a newcomer, to have faith in himself, and that's something that I really imbibed I love the script. It is something that I would, as an audience, want to watch. It's something that, it left me in tears. It left me feeling in love. There's a lot of poetry in it. I think that was also included in the latter stages. A lot of Urdu was brought in, which made me all the more comfortable and all the more in love with the script.
I think, yeah, I am like Archie in many ways, and but I'm not. I think you are also like Archie. I think all of us are like Archie. We are this new bunch of women, young women who are out there doing the jobs we want to do, living our lives. She has her insecurities, Archie, but she still wakes up every day and takes the day on. She's like, yeah, I'm going to live my day. I'm going to have a brilliant day. She calls a spade. She's super confident, super fun. That I can't really relate to. I don't think I'm as confident and as secure and as Archie is. Yeah, I am like her, but I'm also not like her.
So Alfaaz, the character, is also a very romantic at heart person. Although due to the incidents in life and everything, all of it is very stifled, and all of it comes out in the form of his work, which is narrating love stories with a heartbreak and playing retro music. So I've always loved stories. I've always loved poetry. Always loved retro music. Kishore Kumar, Hemant Kumar, and all of these. I've grown up listening to them, and in a lot of ways, there are always similarities. I think when we look at characters, we can find a little bit of us in them, but then there are a lot of things, the backstory and their story. Our stories are different. All of us have different realities, so to speak, and those are the things, those are the little things that you have to get used to when you're doing a character. But a lot of it is innate. We tend to derive a lot of triggers from our own life. So in a lot of ways, yes, I do see a lot of Alfaaz in myself. However, a lot of story, a lot of incidents in life and everything differentiates how he is. Not as much as my voice. Initial couple of years when I was in Bombay, I used to go for a couple of singing classes and everything. I think that sort of helped. But this was more with the expression. I had to go and observe a couple of RJs. So it's the theatre of the voice. So when you're narrating on the radio, you have just your voice, and it's that intimate space that the voice enters with the listener. So you have to be all the more expressive. And yes, a couple of RJs in Bombay were really instrumental in giving me the little tricks of how to go about the business. It's a very intimate art. You have to sound as personal, and it almost has to feel that the RJ is in conversation with you and not the audience at large. That's what makes it so intimate, and that is one of the things that I had to really learn. And it's so beautiful about our profession as well, that we get to learn and explore so many different things by virtue of our profession. And this is probably one of those things I can say I learned a little bit of.
Oh, he's wonderful. He's such a charm. He's a sweetheart to work with. He really is extremely nice to his actors. I don't know about the other departments. But he's extremely nice to his actors. He keeps us away in this cocoon he builds for us. And even there's like a lot of stress at work. Things don't always work out the way you plan when you're shooting. He doesn't let that affect us. He always has that smile of his, and he comes with this calm. I think it's also the director. I think is the leader of the set. The energy he sets for the set is the energy that everyone imbibes. So when he's smiling and calm and happy, we all tend to be that, take that energy. So yeah, it was a really pleasant experience working with Onir.
Well, I've had that experience for the last 3 years now. I've been working with him, so I'm kind of used to it. But he's somebody who believes in a lot of preparation before you go and shoot. So we actually shot the whole movie in 19 days, which was achieved because of the fact that, as she said, that all of those workshops and everything. So everything was settled right before you went to shoot. And of course, then he had to contend with the different issues that would happen on set, and it was mostly that then. The actors, he would just let us be then, because we had already prepared ourselves before that. And he helps you a lot with the backstories. A lot of times I would go unprepared, but he would have his suggestions, and not so unprepared as such, I think, but he always has very intelligent and very insightful things to help you with in your art, in your work. So a lot of times, a lot of stories where I would lag a little bit, or any little aspect or nuance would be missing, he would come up with that. I think, is he smiling and giving expressions? Trying not to smile.
Because the only thing I had to do with him is tell him to stop thinking about his books. That's all. I think also with Netflix, Amazon, all this coming in, more and more people are getting used to world cinema. They're getting used to like really nice narratives of web narrators, and I think that is really good because it becomes a challenge to filmmakers also. That how do you have to innovate, you have to change, you have to you can't tell the same stories in the same manner over and over again. And I think that's, a lot of people say that, oh, now with Netflix, Amazon, people will stop watching films and everyone should. I don't believe that. I think it will only enrich cinema, empower, make the best come out.
Set the bar.
Have to, absolutely. It will, and I really celebrate. I'm like, okay, wow, people are watching all these things, so they'll accept me more.
Yeah, and there are so many things which we can watch on Netflix and not here. Like, I'm just looking at this magazine, I'm like, hey, this looks really interesting, this film, but I can't go and we can't, looking at the current situation, we probably can't release that in India right now. Yes, exactly.
And the good thing is the audience is getting to see it.
Yeah.
And slowly, this audience, when this film in a better environment gets released, will actually have, graduated to accepting other kinds of, that's what is the beauty of, I think, what's happening around. 200 crores.
100,000 crores. I don't even know how many zeros are there.
So I just hope that we've made this film with a lot of love, and which I genuinely do. But it's a film that's coming out coincidentally the Valentine's weekend, and I feel that this is the only film coming around that time that is celebrating love. It's young. It's makes you smile. Even an old man like me keeps smiling when I'm watching the film. So I feel that hopeful that I think people are going to relate to, because it's also it uses everything that everyone is, and the energies are positive. So I think it's positive.
Yeah, I hope people like it. It's also it's a peppy romance. I think it's a feel good film, and it's the Valentine's Day weekend. So yeah, I hope people like it because I absolutely enjoyed it. So let's see.
I hope people come out of the theaters feeling as I did.
Oh my God.
And being in love with me.
That's all.
And being in love with me and going gaga over me. And when I come out of the...
Like the first day, first show, 100 more. No, not 100, sorry. 10,000 Instagram requests.
I genuinely hope that people come out watching, after having watched the movie, feeling like I did. It's uplifting, it's beautiful, there's this beautiful thing of a classic romance in it, in a new social media package. I think we've all done it. We've all been on social media. We've tried our hand at dating on social media. I think we all can relate to it.
And you burnt your fingers.
Really?
And yes, and I just hope that people fall in love even more after having watched the movie.
I'm starting a film after this called Driving Lessons. So this is a phase in my life where I'm only celebrating love. That's another love story. So that's with Tanishta and Ashish Bisht, who is there in the film. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm serious. I'm just going to sleep. I'm so exhausted.
No, like they said, I just want to go out in the streets and be ordered.
You'll have so many multiple dates to go to.
Yes. Yeah. I don't need social media anymore. I can just drop my rumal somewhere and people...
And he'll be at antisocial.
I just hope to do as good work as as this one is. I just hope to continue on this path.
That is difficult. You have to get a good director.
You're on the roll today.
Yes.